Hey guys, my name is Divya. I am a doctor and I've held a management role with a healthcare company for a while. I've been doing a series of videos on my channel on different topics to get certified for whatever certification exams you're working on. So I've done an entire series on SHRM and the PMP. There's more to come in terms of various certification exams. The upcoming one would be PGMP, just so you guys know, because I am PGMP certified. And I've also been doing a series on how to study for certification exams in general. So today's video will be part 5 in the series of videos that I've been doing, and the title of the entire series is how to study for certification exams. Parts 1, 2, 3 and 4 would be linked in the description box below, so I do hope that you will check them out. Okay guys, so without any further ado, let's get started. I have 4 tips today. 4 tips on how to study for certification exams. I really wanted to title this video as to how not to study for certification exams because what I'm going to discuss today are really things that we should not be doing, but a lot of us end up doing this. I think one way or another, maybe because we're too tired, too exhausted, or we just think that it's the right thing to do. So I would really suggest these 4 things are not to be done, and I hope that you stay with me on this journey. Hear me out, and let's see where we go with this. Okay, guys. Tip number 1: don't just sit there and read your notes. So a lot of people have this habit when they say read through the material, they literally read through the material as if it were a novel. Don't make this mistake, guys. A lot of my friends have made this mistake, and I've made this mistake sometimes in my life because I thought that somehow the active recall method wasn't good enough. I used to really diligently actively recall and recollect everything through my schooling till my 12th grade, but then I sometimes started wondering, and I don't know why I did, as to whether I'm doing it wrong, all wrong. And this is pre-YouTube times because, I was in 12th grade a long time ago. So trust me, we didn't really have YouTube videos or any other means through the internet to really verify what are the correct ways of studying. So a lot of us used to sit there and just read through the notes. It's not going to make it stick in your head. It's not going to really help you study. So here are my 2 cents. Don't just read through your notes. Tip number 2, don't just sit there and highlight. So this is a controversial one because I do end up using it a lot in terms of underlining and highlighting, and a lot of people like to go in with their pencils, underline things, with their colorful highlighters and underline things and highlight things. And I am also someone who has done this in the past and continue to do this. So just hear me out, guys. So the research is very clear out there that if you're just sitting there underlining and highlighting stuff, it's not really studying, it's not going to stick in your brain. And I do agree with this piece of research. But what I use underlining and highlighting for is what I call pre-reading. Before studying, when you're getting yourself familiarized with the method, I do like to underline things and highlight things because it makes the material and the notes look way more familiar. I don't like my books and my notes to look brand new at the end when I'm about to appear for the certification exam. So just FYI, I think highlighting, underlining are good for pre-reading, but the research is absolutely right. That's really not a way of studying, and it's not going to make it stick in your brain. Tip number 3, don't make notes. Now this is another very controversial tip because a lot of people like to go in, make detailed copious notes from the subject matter, from a book, and from a certification exam material that they download from the institute's website. So guys, it might be helping you in one way or another, but again, research out there proves that making notes and summarizing things isn't really going to help you study and help you stick with the material in your brain. So I do agree with this because I've really diligently tried to make notes and then study from it, but I just think that all that time that we spend making notes is just too much extra time. I'd rather be taking a practice exam, I'd rather be actively recalling the material because I feel like that helps way more. My tip number 4: Now, this will be the most controversial tip for the entire video, and I bet this has not been mentioned in YouTube anywhere. At least I couldn't find it. So tip number 4, guys, don't overdo the active recall method. So a lot of my friends, myself included in this, we used to sit and read through every line and every word verbatim through all the study material and books when we were studying for a serious exam. What this makes you do is try to regurgitate things back and actively recollect it line by line. That's really not the point of the active recall method. The point is to understand, to be able to ensure that you can actually verbalize and understand the points mentioned in a paragraph or a topic. And that's what you should be aiming for. So I overdid the active recall method, and what that would end up doing is making me spend a lot of time on an introduction. Most of the times exam questions are not on introductions, right? So if I'm spending, an entire 30 minutes just studying introductions and not getting into the meat of the topic, then I think it's just a waste of time. So these were really my 4 tips, guys, of how, should I say, not to study for certification exams. A little thing that I wanted to share with all of you during this time is that I did buy a new camera, and I've mentioned it in my videos before, so I'm really getting used to the settings. And the other thing is that my existing video editor does not recognize videos from my new camera. So even my editing software is now completely new to me. I'm learning through all of this, and I'm doing it bit by bit, but it's a little bit of a time-consuming process, and it's really a lot for me. So bear with me through this journey, and thank you so much for all the support, all the comments, and all the encouragement all of you have given me. Once again, I can't thank you enough for watching my videos. So I really do hope it's helping all of you out there.